crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia, and today we are going to save you money. Are you always looking to stretch your dollars? Well, we have a technique for you today that will help you do that. We are going to repurpose our dies. You can take any die and repurpose it for another technique. Today, we are going to take a Christmas die and we are going to repurpose it for another card background. So let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Okay, let me show you the card that we're talking about. You can get this die in the Sweet Candy Cane bundle from Stampin' Up. But you can use any die that you have and learn how to repurpose it to save you money. For our card today, we're going to do a top fold card. So you're going to need a piece of paper that is 11 by 4 1/4 and score it at 5 1/2. That's going to be our base card. Then we are going to put 2 mats on the front. So you're going to need one that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to need another mat that is 3 3/4 by 5. But what do you do to repurpose this die? Well, what we have done is we have created a stencil from this die. We are so excited about that. Now, if you want to learn how to make a stencil, you can check over in the top right-hand corner of this video, and we're going to place a link that will show you how to make a stencil out of this die. Let's go ahead and use this stencil that we have created. Now, we're simply going to turn this over on its back, and we are going to put our mat down on the paper, and then we're going to use some of our sticky paper to just connect it to this die. Now we have selected some colors that are fall colors. Oh, they are so pretty. Look at these colors. We've selected soft suede, pumpkin pie, shaded spruce, and cherry cobbler to create our card today. But for our background, we're simply going to use soft suede. Now you can go ahead and put down a piece of paper so that you don't get your desktop dirty. And now we're simply going to bring in our blender and we're going to go over this stenciled area. Now, when I get down to this area, I'm going to show you something special that you can do. So we're just going to hold that area right there. Now, I have cut out some mask for this leaf that I want to use in my design. And I didn't cut it out exactly. I just roughly cut out a Post-it note. And I'm going to simply put this right over the edge of this mat. I'm going to lift it up just a little bit. And I'm just going to add it about right here. And then again, so that I have some areas that will be left white for these beautiful leaves. Now I'm going to go ahead and just tape that down right there on the edge and continue with my stenciling, just so that I can pick up these white areas right here. And let's take off our stencil and see what it looks like. We're going to save this because we can reuse this stencil. And there we have this beautifully stenciled background. Now let's go ahead and bring in our leaves that we're going to stamp right in these areas. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up some cherry cobbler. And you can just tap, tap, tap it right into your ink pad. And we're simply going to line it up in this area. Now I'm going to pick another color. I'm going to take just a moment and clean off that stamp. Now I have created a real mask so that I can put this right over this leaf. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so that when I go ahead and stamp again, I can stamp right over that. Now I need to put some repositional tape on it. Tap, tap, tap right into the ink pad to really get it inked up. I'm just going to stamp right over. Now I'm going to pull off this mask, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mask this one. And I'm going to bring in my shaded spruce. Now make sure you stay with us till the end because I have 2 more cards to show you of ways that you can repurpose this die. I'm going to lift this up. And there we have our beautiful leaves at the very bottom, not going over any of the stripes that we went ahead and we stenciled onto the card. And now what we need to do is bring out our Stamparatus because we are going to stamp right across here with one of our sentiments. And we want to make sure that we get it dark enough. So that's why you always want to use your Stamparatus when you're really worried about how dark you can get the sentiment. And another tip is to simply put a case underneath this cover because you don't want it to fall and possibly crack your hinge right there. So let's go ahead and put this right up in the corner. Get our magnets in place and let's line up this exactly where we want it. Now we're simply going to bring in our memento. Tap, tap, tap. And we're not worried about getting this too dark or too light on the first time because we do have it in our Stamparatus or any stamping tool that you have. Now you can bring in a tool to help you really push down on this. And look at that. The second time it really picked it up. And we are simply going to mat this on the top of our shaded spruce mat. Look how pretty that looks. Oh my goodness, so, so pretty. Now this is a great idea, repurposing your dies. We're all trying to save money, and so this really helps us save our money. Take those dies out and think of all the ways that you can repurpose them to use them not just for what they were intended, but for other ways as well. So now we're just going to add this to the top of our card. Making sure that our border is even all the way around. And now we want to fix the inside, so we're simply going to bring that in and we're going to stamp possibly 2 leaves. So let's go ahead and bring in a shaded spruce, just a part of the leaf, just to give it some interest on the inside. Tap, tap, tap. And we're going to clean that off and we're going to mask it because we don't want it to be on top. So once again, we're just going to bring this in and drop it just a little bit. And what that allows is that allows it to really come in close to the border of the other leaf. Okay, and on this one, I think we're going to go ahead and bring in some of that beautiful cherry cobbler. And just hold it for good contact. Now we can just lift off that mask and simply stamp our sentiment that we want to stamp on the inside. And we're just going to take our grid paper and we're going to line that sentiment up right on that line so that we know we have it straight. And then we're going to take the acrylic block to it so that we have it on straight. And we're going to use our memento again and simply stamp this right in the center. Now we're adding this to the inside of our card. Now, here are our 2 sending cards. You can add some gems like we did here to the outside, but look at that. We have taken a Christmas die and we have turned it into a fall die. Look at those colors. So pretty. Now we did another one where we added the leaves to the front. Once again, this time we used our stencil and we simply did some blending of 2 different colors. And then we just colored the inside with some additional leaves. And now finally, we have taken another idea. We have repurposes for a completely different card. It's not fall, it's not Christmas. We used our blending with our purples and our pumpkin pie and our soft suede to give us this beautiful array of diagonal lines. And then we just brought in this beautiful stamp set. Just saying hello, thinking of you. So here are our ideas on how to repurpose dies and save money. Well, we hope you like our ideas. We hope you can use these. Take out those dies and look for all the different ways that you can repurpose them so you too can save money. We'll go out and make it a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.